Good morning and welcome. Happy Saturday. Thank God it's the weekend. I don't know about you, but I've had the week from hell and then some. I thought after the holidays were supposed to get easier. Anyways, in previous videos, you've heard me say a lot that, well, I always have pizza dough ready to go. And you've seen me pull it out, you've seen me use it, but you've never seen me make it. So today I thought I'd show you just how quick and easy it can be to get ready so that when that urge does hit, you're set and ready to go. It's a simple, easy recipe that I'll have in the description below. This is not, per se, a quick dough, meaning it's not one you make and use right away. It does have to rise a little bit, and the longer you can let it rise, the better it's going to taste. Normally my dough will sit in the fridge overnight. They'll give me a nice fluffy focaccia style dough, but by the same token, after a couple of hours I can roll it out and make just normal everyday standard pizza. Can make calzones, can make so much with it, and it's so easy to make. I do have my stand mixer out today, so today's video is going to be a little bit louder. We'll try and play around with some audio and see what we can do, but why don't you say we take a little peek and let's see how quickly we can make this. As I say, it's a simple, easy recipe. We have my mixer here. We have the dough hook attached to it. And the whole recipe starts off with 2 cups of regular all-purpose flour. I don't go and use any fancy XX flours or XO flours or anything like that. I find it's just a waste of money when you can make a dough this good, this easily, and not have to spend $6 for half a pound of flour. So, next is, when we can find it here, there we go. 1 teaspoon of salt, just regular everyday table salt. It doesn't have to be kosher salt, doesn't have to be any fancy salt. Off the shelf, out of the shaker, table salt. 1 teaspoon of sugar. And 1 tablespoon of yeast. Now, I'm trying to get this on camera, but I buy my yeast in bulk, so I just put it into a little container and I keep that in the freezer. If you're going to use the packs, you want to make sure it's active yeast, not instant yeast or rapid yeast or anything like that, active yeast. And you want roughly a tablespoon. Now, if you want, like I'm doing here, I'm just adding another 1/4 teaspoon to that. That gives me roughly 1 pack of the yeast that's needed. I apologize now because this might get a little bit loud. I'm also seeing how dirty the back of my mixer is. And this, we're just going to blend. Just want all the ingredients together. Now you'll see I didn't proof my yeast, I didn't do anything. It's dry active yeast, so there's no need for that. Once it's mixed together, I hope all this is sounding okay. We add 1 cup of cold water. I know most recipes and most doughs will ask for lukewarm water. I get some flour on my nose. But because this is a slow rising yeast, we really don't need that. Cold water works fine. Adding everything all together, it's good. It's going to give the yeast some time to work and to do its thing. Now you can see we're already pulling off the sides. We're already doing. It's already coming together. Another thing now we can add, I just have some olive oil. And again, I'm not going to measure, I'm just going to roughly eyeball a tablespoon of olive oil. This is going to make the dough a little bit easier to work with, and at the same time, it's going to give it a really nice flavor when it's baked. Now that it's come together like this, I'm going to turn that off because I see my dough ball is just climbing up the hook instead of kneading. feels about right. So, now comes a little bit of the fun part. And here's where I'm going to have to figure out how to do this. Give me a second. We're just going to pause the camera, and I'm just going to move some stuff around. Okay, well, sorry about that. Little counter, not a lot of space, had to do some minor adjustments, but we have our dough ball. All you do at this point is just take your hands on either side, let the ball just move on the counter. I'm not pushing it, I'm basically just guiding it. The dough's coming together really nicely. If you want, you can do the traditional kneading. A lot of people find this really relaxing. How you can sort of get your stress out. And once again, what we're doing here is we're forming all those gluten strands that give us that dough that's just perfect for pizza. You can turn this into dinner rolls, garlic knots. Let this rise and bake it as is. You've got a really nice white bread even. You can change it up, replace some of the flour with whole wheat flour, and replace the sugar with honey, and make a slightly healthier dough. And there we go. Next, just goes into a bowl. Little plastic film. And this is more just so it doesn't dry out. This also is a little bit different from a lot of recipes that tell you to oil or to grease your bowl. I don't want to do that right now. I'm going to be working the dough again, so there's no need for it. We're done. That's it. That can go in the fridge. It can sit overnight. I can leave it out, let it double up in size, punch it down and smooth it out again, and then make my pizza. It's ready. So there we go. You've seen how I make my pizza dough now. I hope you enjoy the recipe, and I hope you'll try it. You can see how you have to play around sometimes with the flour. It happens, but that's cooking. So all in all today, with the weather, with how my flour is and everything, I ended up using about 3 cups of flour to 1 cup of water. Always start off with 2 to 1 because that is a good basis. And you can always add flour or add water as needed depending on the weather. So thank you very much for coming by. Thank you for stopping by my kitchen. I was happy to show you how my dough is made. And in fact, I think we're going to do a little bit more baking. I want French toast. And for me, French toast means challah bread. And challah bread's just that traditional Jewish egg-based bread that's just so good. And believe it or not, it's not something I've ever made before. It's one of those things, I've got a local bakery that makes it so good, I've never seen why. But they're closed. I don't know what happened. They were here Tuesday and they're gone today. So if you would like, you can stop now. And thank you very much for coming to my kitchen. Otherwise, come back for part 2. We're just going to clean up and get a few things ready. And let's take an adventure and let's make some challah bread. Till then, my name is Andrew. I am the 5 p.m. chef. please like and subscribe to my channel. Click that bell notification so you see when I come out with new videos. When I see people subscribe, it shows me people are interested in what I'm doing and that they like what I'm doing. And that just helps me want to make more and more videos for you all. So until we meet again, enjoy.